Hi, welcome. It's me, Gamer Tyler. So I'll be reading Archie and Me, Drama Comics Digest, issue 21, the last three stories of that comic book. And we're reading part two of the death of Lex Luthor, or the condemned Superman, where he's going on trial for the murder of Lex Luthor. And I'm also going to be reading the final chapter of Nancy Drew, The Palace of Wisdom, from Dynamite Comics. Hopefully you'll enjoy this. Please be sure to support me on my Patreon page, Anime Tire Tunes. Starting at just $1 a month, you get my weekly work schedule posted every Friday, my animated sneak peeks of new animated videos every not every Friday, but every time I make a new video, I'll release a new special. And you also get a chance at a $10 Amazon gift card giveaway, starting at just $1 a month for a $10 Amazon gift card giveaway. If I can get 500 supporters by November 30th, 2023. Anyway, now let's see. Also, please be sure to subscribe for future videos. I'm believing that we can get this channel to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Now let's finish reading The Death of Lex Luthor. The Superman vs. Lex Luthor DC Comics Digest. Then after that, I'll read Archie and Me Drama Comics Digest issue 21 and finish reading Nancy Drew, The Palace of Wisdom. Superman. Throughout the universe, Superman is held as a mighty champion of justice, but on the planet Luxor, where his arch-enemy Lex Luthor is regarded as a hero, the Man of Steel is considered a villain. And now on the world of a red sun, where he has no superpowers, Earth's mightiest champion is tried for the murder of Luthor, and a terrible twist of fate causes him to become the condemned Superman. Andorra, what did your husband Luthor tell you about the accused? He said Superman hated him and would try to kill him, and he did. It isn't true. I came here to arrest Luthor for the crimes he committed on Earth. But how can I convince these people who idolized him? On a faraway world, a court of official announcers a faithful trial. Next case, the people of planet Luxor versus Superman. Prisoner, you are accused of murder. How do you plead? I plead not guilty. A jury of 3 is chosen according to Luxorian law. By our chosen, jurors have been chosen from three different generations, so that no matter what the accused age is, one of his own age group sits on the jury. Be seated, jurors. Then Warden, the grim predecessor of Luxor, makes his opening statement. The accused will demand the death penalty, for it will prove that the accused man of Earth came to this planet with the direct intention of committing murder. That's not true. You're my defense lawyer. Why don't you object? Superman's defense Val Queer and his young partner Gar Abu refuse. Quiet. I can't object to the formal charge. It'll be up to us to disprove it if we can. They don't want to defend me, but they were chosen by the court to do so. I feel they're convinced I'm guilty. It all seems like a nightmare. It was such a short time ago. It all began when Luthor broke out of prison on Earth. I trailed him to a giant scientific rocket base and soon deducted where he'd gone. Yes, our first unmanned probe rocket like this one went mysteriously off course and headed toward star X156999F. That's Luther. Then Luther hid in that rocket and changed its course. For that star is the red sun of Luxor, the world where Luther is a great hero. On the world of Red Sun, I have no superpowers, so when I followed Luther, I traveled to Luxor by rocket. I landed in the jungle and approached the city with caution. Everyone in Luxor hates me because they think I'm Luther's evil enemy. In the jungle, a Luxorian hunter to pretend not to know me and offered to guide me. Keep away from me, the madness flower. Those perfume indulges insanity, and that we must also provide the truth avoid the truth beats whose brainwaves make anyone close to it tell only the truth. Why does he want to avoid telling the truth? I'll find out. First thing came close to the unique truth beast, I questioned him and discovered I recognize you, evil Superman, and I was leading you into my pit trap. If that's so, I'll drop you into your own pit. I'll hold you until I find Luther. I did so and went on, but Luther had set up Ignatius Superman alarms to warn my coming. You're not taking me back to prison, Superman. I'm going to see that you never leave Luxor. Since I don't have superpowers on this world, I can only punch you in self-defense, and it's a pleasure. But next moment, he must have hit his head against that image when he fell back. He doesn't move. He looks dead. Great Luther is dead. His arch enemy Superman has killed him. We saw them fighting, but weren't in time. Well, Superman will pay for this. So by a terrible irony of fate, Luther lies in state, wounded by his own world, marooned by his whole world. Luther did so much for us. It was all he who revived the forgotten science of our ancestors and bettered our whole world. And to think he married the Luxorian girl he loved, Adora, just before he was murdered. It's too terrible. And while all Luxor mourns Luther, I am on trial for my life. My first witness for the professor I call Adora, widow of Luther. Can you tell us what Luther said to you about Superman? Why did he put up those Superman alarms? He said Superman hated him so much, he'd surely come after him again for a showdown. And I sobbed. I made Luther promise not to kill Superman, but to let the law deal with him. Oh, and the law will deal with Superman. Does the defense wish to question this witness? No questions. Why don't you cross-examine her? Is this what you call defending me? She would tell nothing that would help us, and the sight of her in tears is enough to sway the jury. The sooner she's off the stand, the better. Eyewitnesses describe how they saw someone strike Luther down, and then we know no testimony, and the prosecution rests. You may open your defense, Val Quinar. My first witness will be Superman. Did you come to Luxor with the intention of killing Luther? I did not. I came here. I came to take him back to the Earth prison whereas I convicted criminal belong. Murderer. He defies the memory of a great man in our history. Order in the court, or I'll have the courtroom cleared. The witness will proceed. And when Superman has told his story, and prosecution cross-examines him. You told us on faraway Earth, our hero Luther was a criminal, and that you came here to recapture him. But where is your proof of these statements? I have no proof but my own word. All we know is of you is that you were Luther's enemy, yet you ask us to take your word. When you tell us that the greatest man in Luxor history was a criminal, it's true, nevertheless. Nevertheless. And when the first day of the trial adjourns, not a soul in the courtroom, in that courtroom, believed me, did they? I'm afraid not, but don't despair. Garden Abu and I will work all night on the line of defense. Instead of returning Superman to his former cell, his guard take him to a different one. Any accused prisoner for whom the death penalty has been asked must by Luxorian law be firmed in the maximum security cell block. They call it that, but on Earth it would be called death row. You haven't got a chance of acquittal. They'll soon walk into the stone room, the same as Babu is going to do tonight. The stone room. It sounds like some weird form of execution, but what kind? That night, a command prisoner walks to his doom. Goodbye, Babu. It's too bad you got the limit. I can take it. They say it's just like going to sleep. Those rays are turning Zimbabwe to stone. Sure, it's a painless but final. You soon find out. That night, terrible dreams oppresses the man of steel. No, I'm innocent. I was telling the truth. Great Scott, what a terrible dream! Yet it came true. Yeah, it came true. Unless I convince them I've told the truth. Wait a minute. I've got an idea that may help me. That may save me. And just before the trial resumes, my idea is that since no one can tell a lie when you're a truth beast, capture a truth beast and then bring it into court. I'll testify standing right beside it. It can't be done. A truth beast brain is so sensitive. The thought of more than one or two people would unbalance its mind. It would go mad and it would die in this courtroom. I didn't know that. Then my idea won't work. But you've given me an idea from it. Let me conduct the examination, Val. All right. Superman was ignorant of many things on our world and came near the madness flower. I claim its former gave him temporary insanity, and that he killed Luther while he in that state. But instantly Ward then cross-examines. Did you near a madness flower and inhale its perfumes? No, I didn't. And the hunter who guided me, he into a trap warned me away from the flower. That destroys your temporary insanity plea. No more questions. Could have saved Superman by that plea if he hadn't returned it with his answer. His answer puts things in a new light. That last witness is called. As a physician, you examined dead Luther. What would he say caused his death? I didn't perform any autopsy on his body for perfectly recently. Luther had told her he never wanted one done if he died, but it wasn't necessary. Only the shock of concussion could have killed him, and that concussion can only have been caused by Superman's attack on Luther. That is correct. That extremely has given me a suspicion. As the trial adjourns for the day, Warden is smiling for he knows we're beaten. Tomorrow is the last day of the 3-day trial. That is testimony on Luke Exor. I fear will be convicted. If I could test the suspicion I have, try to get my permission to go into the city briefly under guard. I'll try. You say my insanity plea cleared things up, but my straight beam failed. Yes, it failed because Superman gave a truthful answer when a lie would have saved him. If he wouldn't lie in a spot like that, then he's been been lying at all. He has, yeah, he's not been lying at all. We've got to save him. Late that night, Valkyr comes to death row. No wonder you're wrapped up. It's a cold night as it always is this time of year. Too cold to waste time on that murder Superman, but I must have less confidence with him. Soon in the cell, you plead to be allowed to go out, and Lester theory was refused, Superman. I'm not surprised then. My last hope is gone, but I won't give up. I've got to clear myself. I'm going out of here disguised as you, Val. Queer. I won't hurt you, but I've got to make a final effort to prove my innocence. Unusual strips down from the bedding and for bonds and gag. Promise to return and my efforts failed. Please don't hold this against me. Disguised at his voice for the guard. Superman took my bad news hard. He says he wants to sleep. Haha, he'll get enough sleep after he's walked into the stone room. Execution comes right after conviction on our world. I couldn't help him escape, or I transgressed my duty as a lawyer. I had a hunch he'd see his opportunity to get out of my cowl and robe. Now he'll have his last chance. Outside the prison, Superman hurls through the darkness. Luthor's laboratory, where he studied the forgotten science of this world. It's a long chance, but my only one. Feverishly, the Man of Steel searches the laboratory. Those potent chemicals and drugs of a lost science, they'd be incomprehensible to the present day unscientific luxurians. But if I can find, here it is. Luthor labeled these drugs in English so Wyverns can read them and know his scientific secrets, but this is it. Now if I can only find a powerful antidote. Minutes more of tense search, and then, if I guess right, and if the detective works, but it's almost dawn. I've little time left to try this out. Under the chill Luxorian night, the glass enclosed body of Luthor lies with its honor guard around it. Without the guard of honor without superpowers, I can't overcome them all, and it'll soon be daylight. Someone across the city rings a wild alarm. Clang, clang. All guards report for duty. The murderer Superman has escaped. He overpowered his lawyer and slipped out. Quickly surround the whole prison area. Catching Luthor's murderer is our first duty. Come on. My own escape being discovered has given me a chance, but I've only got moments before the whole city is awake. Racing to the bier of Luthor. It's all or nothing now. Either the decision is right or it's wrong, and I'll be recaptured. Next moment, as the powerful restrictive works. But he thought the coma drug would keep you pseudo dead. 5 days, knowing that Luxorian trials only take 3 days. You figured I'd be convicted and executed for your murder by the time you woke up. I suspected that when it was testified you'd ask Ardora never to allow an autopsy on your body. If something happened to you, why would you request that unless you were planning to revive? Go ahead, talk. I have to admit it. And dazed by his sudden awakening, Luthor confesses his scheme. I knew you'd come to take me back to Earth prison. I wanted to get rid of you forever, but I promised Adora I wouldn't kill you. And I couldn't break that promise, so I carried a coma drug tablet in my hand. I deliberately attacked you, so you had to punch me in self-defense. I've made him hit me as a planned. How now to prepare that my hand in the hits the statue must time this just right. And I was careful to fall face down with my hand against my face. He couldn't see me swallow the coma drug. It'll put me in a death-like trance for 5 days. By that time, Luxorian justice will have convicted and executed him for my murder. Then, as the whole city walks to the alarm, great, Luther's alive. Thank the gods he's not dead. He was only in a death-like coma brought by taking a powerful coma drug. Did you hear that? Luther accidentally took a coma drug and wasn't dead at all. That wasn't that. They worship him so that they instantly assume he took the drug by accident. I'm never able to convince them he did as a cunning plot. Later, when Zimmerman's efforts to convince them have indeed failed. Your false charges against Luther are without proof. You are set aside as you're not a murder. If you not murdered him, you are not found guilty and are banished from Luxor. I expect anyway. Thanks about Quer and for defending me. I owe you a lot. And when Superman's rocket takes off from Luxor, there goes Superman back. That's Earth. He got the worst of it this time, but he'll never give up the struggle against me. Don't think of him, dear. I want only to think of the wonderful fact that Hugh, my hero, and Luxor's hero are still with us. Yeah. Reggie in talk show. Sure, Betty. I'd like to. I like being president of the Senate Council, but the thought of making a speech turns me into jelly. You mustn't let it scare you, Archie. I mustn't, but I do. I'm terrified. Maybe I can help. Let me write the speech for you. That'll take some pressure off. What do you, Betty? Then you'll have to worry about reading or memorizing it. Wait, being a big help, Betty, but I'm still going to be scared. I know how you can make the council meeting a huge success. How? I'm the vice president. Let me make the speech. That way, the meeting will be both entertaining and informative. The others have to know what a nerd their president is. Yuck. Now I'll make the speech if it kills me. You introduce me, then clam up. Okay. Next day, you got the dummies speech done, Betty? I have Archie's speech ready. Mind if I look over it? I'd like to make sure none of the words have over 2 syllables. Very funny. Read it, but don't make any changes in it. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. No changes, just a chance to run it through the copier. I've got plans for this. Well, like it? Great speech, Betty. Too good for old redhead. The speech time arrives. Try to stop sweating, Art Prez. I'm going to hit them with a few introductory words. And we stand firm as we always have. Firm but fair in our doings with our faculty. That rat is giving my speech. I'm dead. I've got nothing to say. That snake, he made a copy of the speech and I wrote for Archie. Give me 5 minutes, Archie. I'll fix his wagon. Thank you. And now a word from our president, Archie Andrews. Nice to be president. There are a lot of advances to being number one. For example, having a funky like Reggie to give their speech for you, as he just did. So if you enjoyed my little talk that what's his name just gave, remember me for your vote. Let's hear it for the Prez. Nice going, Arch. You got my vote. The guy knows how to delegate authority. A born leader. Poor Reggie. Notice how he made use of only part of Reggie that works, his mouth. It'll work even better when he gets his foot out of it. Drag it in, a very unlifting experience. My friends, am I about is to mystery and amused you with the feats of what remain and presentation. Tricky, you've been mystifying us for years. Why don't you make yourself disappear that would amuse us? You would abuse nothing up my sleeve. You observe nothing up my sleeve. Uh-oh, Jug, I don't think now, but your assistant just left. You really blew it, Jug. Let's face it, Dolt. I'm the world's worst magician, Jughead the Great Dweeb, that is. I'm bombed more times than the Static Air Command. Jug, I've got just the trick for you. Really show me. It's called... It calls for very special equipment. You'll have to come to my house. Bring your case. What kind of trick is it? It's a levitation trick. It's a levitation thing. It works on the principle of magnetic poles repelling each other. Now I've replaced a battery-powered electron in your case. You just strap another electromagnet to your chest like this. Then you tap on one of your switch on your right arm like this and cover it up with your sleeve. But first, place your case in the chair with the levitating Jughead. Well, Jughead's a great face-up. That's very important. You turn to the magnet in the case with the button in the metal. Then you sit down and tell everyone you're going to levitate from the chair. Then you roll up your sleeve and show them there's nothing up your sleeve. The right sleeve, show them there's nothing right there either. As you do that, you turn on the switch and the magnet levitates you inches above the chair, like this. Then you come down and you prove once more there's nothing up your sleeve. I press the switch again, huh? Right, then and down you go. You come easy as pie. Wow, that'll pull this on I don't know, that pops. Now, my friends, you are about to witness the demonstration of the phenomenon of levitation that you will find uplifting. Why don't you just levitate yourself out of the air? That'd give us all a lift. Not to scoff, my friends. With this act of levitation, I shall raise to my new heights as a magician. Please case under chair with lifting face up. Observe nothing up either sleeve. I get ready to be amazed. Amazing. I've never seen anything like that. How did he do that? Oh no. Check it. You reverse the polarity of the turn and turn the magnet and turn yourself into a magnet. No way. Archie in. Leave me alone. Sigh, with Mr. Stephen, our custodian, out sick, the campus is buried in autumn leaves. Celebrate, sir. I have just the invention prevention from the Leaf League. Whoa, Dilton, what's this? A refuge from a junkyard? Meet my Shaco Raker, Arch. Rarely has enlisted me to rid the campus of leaves. Look at this baby suck up those leaves and Jughead guzzles goodies. Colossal Dilly. Chug chug clang vroom. Let me try it, Dalton. I'll let you read my sci-fi mag. The Archie. This is super sensitive machinery. But on the other hand, every great inventor has a gopher. So Dalton briefs Archie on managing the shaken raker. But whatever you do, don't touch this red button, Arch. Don't worry, Dilly. Clean world, clean. I like the green go button. Rest, bye bye, baby. Or remember the speed limit. Hold it! You missed a bunch of leaves. Scree. We're doing the lawn back there is as clean as my mom's kitchen. This tree is still hanging onto some strangle a drug for the shakers. Get them now, or they'll fall later. Wow, there's power in these paws. Nuts. And a bird's nest. Plop, plop. The nuts are obviously that squirrel's winter supply. Well, I'm a humiliation. Chunk. I'll hand over each of these, or my name's not. No, Nut, Arch. You left the shaken raker running. Clang, clang. There goes the high banner down the hatch. Still worse, the condors are still being invaded. Eek. Tee hee hee. Shame on you, shaker. It's fresh. Slap. But I'm only the inventor. From my sweater. I hope nobody's looking. My watch. My purse. Let me add that. Peller. My lab notes. Rawhide is shaken to its foundation. Eek, mayhem, clang clang roar. Are we in California? Archie makes a heroic plunge at the council panel. Oh wait, let me get to there we go. Oh no, you pushed the red button, Arch. Boom! My stars, my watch. That's the emergency dump all button. But it also stopped running amok. And now it's back to basic lads. This is so old fashioned. And so is the look on Mr. Weatherby's eyes. That was really good. So now we're reading the final chapter of Nancy Drew, The Palace of Wisdom. Palace of Wisdom. Now, waiting for Nancy. It's a theme. How long, Frank? She's got 10 more seconds. Screw the 10 seconds. Nance, they got her. They got Bess. And it's all my fault. No. Stay calm. We're gonna find her. What is it? I found her phone wedged. There's an audio clip, and it's bad. Psst, thump. I can't believe how stupid you are. She must have seen us with the body. We don't know that. And there were other less ridiculous ways to deal with it than if she did. So then we just leave her. Well, we're locked in now, moron. Grab her feet. I always know what to do, but now it's like there's a big blank spot in my brain, and it's filling with all of the crap I usually repress. It's throbbing it to spill out. Nancy, I know. What do we do? Where is she? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Nancy, concentrate. You always know what to do. Where do we go? How do we find her? But if I do nothing, it's over. It can't be over. The office. No time to be neat. Just move fast. There has to be something, anything. What are we looking for? Anything. I mean, I don't really know what local addresses, storage, no phone numbers, vehicles, IDs, credit card and numbers, anything I can track. Whatever we do, we stay together from here on out. Agreed. What? Is it? Should we be considered Dead Man's Cliff here? No, not yet. No, I can't imagine they'd go back there after the police active up there. It's an active crime scene. Got it. Cold packs. Yeah, but it's what this the Walkie Lobster logo. Yes, this is their logo, and they use these to pack their lobsters for shipping all over the world. Definitely a connection between this place and Walk Lobster. I know that douchebag Blake Walk was dirty. Hurry! Joe is struggling. His wound he's wound tight. We're gonna have to watch him. Yeah, let's go, everyone. Unless I can point him at something. Oh, I forgot to charge my let me make sure it's charging. Okay, should be charging now. I totally forgot to charge it. I do that sometimes. Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah, unless I can point him at something productive, he's gonna snap. What are you doing? We've got to hurry, Nancy. Hold on to this. We're taking it. Yes, hell yes. Okay, let's do this. Let's go. Coming. I'm bringing a secret weapon. So Walk inherits his family lobster business, but why go into the drug business? Lobster isn't lucrative enough for him. Who knows? Maybe the lobster business isn't exciting and not cool enough, or maybe he's in some kind of money trouble. Either way, it's sloppy. He should never have left anything from his legitimate business and his illegal business. And again, he didn't strike me as the sharpest knife in the drawer. Still selling drugs must be even more lucrative than I thought. Nancy, I mean, to take that kind of risk when you already have a legitimate business doing well. Unless it's not about the money and it is about the thrill still. I think Walk's doing more than just selling. Holy crap, he's a distributor. Maybe even a manufacturer. He's using Walk Lobster to sell drugs, but to smuggle them. Maybe he's not as dumb as I thought. This makes me even more nervous about Bess. Walk has far more to lose than I realized. With that, which explains how casual he is about murder. Drive faster, Joe. Legitimately impossible. The fellow's on the floor. Bay Point's docks. Spread out and look for but nobody goes off on their own, including you, including me. Better be here and very, very alive, Bess Marvin, or I'm gonna kill you myself. I'm very certain I told you not to come back, Miss Drew. I've never been great at following orders, Mr. Walkie. You have our friend. We'd like her back. I have nobody. I am simple lobsterman. Well, lobster businessman, at least, and you're trespassing. Great, call the cops. We'll be happy to explain it to them. There has to be something. Water, our shoes are wet. Joe, the boatman now. Joe, push, crash. Well, that was dramatic. Bill, why don't you go after? You'll take care of that. You got it, boss. We've got to deal with a problem here, We got a problem here. We got a real problem here, Miss Drew. Well, we agree on that, at least. In addition to being a Brazilian lobster businessman, you're a drug smuggler and a murderer of one young woman. Seems like someone should have Vitek talk about this problem. Those are some hefty accusations. If the fancy ass shoe fits, should we really be enticing him? It's too late for caution, Pete. We're all in. Okay, we know way too much. He can't let us go at this point. You have nothing, anything that looks remotely like proof? You mean beyond Joe finding our kidnapped friend right now? How about drugs inside Lobster jail packs? I just couldn't figure out how you were doing it before. The logos. Different logos depending on whatever box has drugs inside the gel packs. Or not. Trick now is going to be able to of us getting out of here alive. But I think I get it. I got it now. You think you're very clever, but you're always sealed your fate, girl, and that of your friends dumb enough to follow you into this. Over there, all of you. Here's the thing I don't get, Blake. Why take the risk of the first place? You heard of booming and beloved business, a business that I hated since I was a kid working summers here. Hated it enough to go into the dangerous illegal business that ends up with you if you murdering young woman. That was never something I wanted, but those bitches can't stay out of it. Can't mind their own business. Every last one of them got what they deserved. Stay calm, Pete. Just wait. This obviously wasn't how I wanted. I know how I wanted this to go down, but I can't say I'm surprised if I was. I wouldn't have taken the flare gun from his office. Boom. Bess. Smash. Oh, thank God you're okay. You have to hurry. Hold still, miss. I think her name is Jennifer. It was hard to talk to her with a gag on. I'm sure you found a way, Bess. Of course I did. Where is everyone else? In the warehouse with Blake. We have to go help them. Bess? Alright, back up, kiddies. Their hands in the air. Not going to get away with this, dude. Shut up, kid. Cling. I am totally in love with you. I know. Totally inappropriate, guys. Careful, it's wet. Boom. Oh my God. Were they in there? They were. No. Wait, they're not going. You're not going in there, Joe. I have to. They're in there. My brother is in there. I know. They're gonna come out and call 911, but I'll call, but I don't see any way they didn't see that for miles. You have to let me in, Bess. There's an explosion at Lock Lobster by the pier, and now it's on fire. It's bad. There are definitely people inside. Look. It's a shame you destroyed the site, Miss Drew. Hard to know if there is held water. We'll go at once once the fire department gives all the clear, but I doubt you'll find much given the damage. Still not entirely sure this guy isn't in on it, to be honest. Well, yes, it was either that or let him murder, yes. You're cool with a bunch of teens getting murdered. Besides, you have Bess and Jennifer's testimony. The word of two drug-seeking young woman is hardly going to put him away without any hard evidence. This guy is the worst. I wish I had another flare gun. Or you could just check the boat. Boat's full of evidence. Best Melvin, everyone. Always underestimated. Always full of surprises. Even if they find anything, I still think we did the right thing. No more women are getting killed by Blake Locke. and that's the most important thing here. Still go a long way to justify the property damage, among other things. If they find what I know was in there, jackpot. Well, this is a circus. I hate this part. Hate it. You saved the day. You saved me. We all did. Take the credit. Sorry, Bess. I'm just not interested in this part of it. Besides, a lot of stuff got burned up. People are going to be mad too. I think people will be able to see past that, given that we've uncovered certainly Jennifer's friends and family will same as we do. Thanks, guys. I might not love the media, but you should go out there and clear your mom's name. You both waited long enough. It's time this town knew the truth and face the harsh reality. Yeah, I'm ready. You really like him. What's not to like? Sure, but that's not what you said. You said you really like him. And no offense, Nance, but you're the easiest person to impress or to get through to, and you play things pretty close. Maybe you shouldn't let this one slip away. Hi, my name is Pete Vega, and I want to tell you all what happened today. But actually, it starts years ago with the murder of an amazing woman named Marina Vega. She was my mother. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, you finished running those names I gave you. Actually, just what I wanted to hear. No, I got it handled this end. So what's next for the great Nancy Drew? Are you leaving us? Leaving you? You know, returning to River Heights. Oh, please stay, Nancy. I've missed you so much. Plus things are way more exciting when you were around. Unless you were chloroformed, put in a truck, and almost killed. I know. See? Exciting. So what's a vote for me to leave, George? No, it's better with you here. So long as we don't also keep Bess alive. I am definitely Team Nancy belongs in Bay Point. That's my girl. All creepy puffy inside. Shh. Oh please, we don't already know, George. What about you two? What's next for the famous Hardy Boys? Could be anything or nothing. Also true. Ping ping ping. I missed you guys more than I realized. Boy. Someone is determined to get hold of you. Yeah, I guess I better. Ping ping ping. Somebody I know. You are about to be arrested. Nancy Drew, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. I guess that's not the end of the story. That's just the end of this story. And that now Nancy Drew just got arrested. Wow. Is this like book one of many? I gotta find this out. And then when I find out, I'll try to find more. Oh, this collects issues 1 through 5 of Nancy Drew, and features covers by. Okay. This is the first 5 issues. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. And I'm trying to find more of these comic books so I can read the more stories out to you. I'm really intrigued by this. Anyway, support me on my Patreon page, Anime Cartoons, starting at just $1 a month. You get my weekly work schedule posted every Friday, my anime sneak peeks of new anime videos, and let's see. Also, if I can get 500 supporters by November 30th, 2023, I'll be giving away a $10 Amazon gift card to one lucky supporter. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.